ज्योति जगा लो, होगा दूर अंधेरा। ओम शांति, ओम शांति, ओम शांति।
बाबा तुम्हारी शिक्षाएं सदा है संग हमारे। बाबा तुम्हारी शिक्षाएं सदा है संग हमारे। चलते रहेंगे जीवन भर तेरी श्रीमत के सहारे। चलते रहेंगे जीवन भर तेरी श्रीमत के सहारे। बाबा तुम्हारी शिक्षाएं सदा है संग हमारे। बाबा तुम्हारी शिक्षाएं सदा है संग हमारे। दुख देना ना दुख लेना तूने हमें सिखाया है। ना दुख देना ना दुख लेना तूने हमें सिखाया है। शुभ चिंतक बन रहना सबका तूने पाठ पढ़ाया है। शुभ चिंतक बन रहना सबका तूने पाठ पढ़ाया है। अपकारी पर कर उपकार यही है शब्द तुम्हारे। अपकारी पर कर उपकार यही है शब्द तुम्हारे। बाबा तुम्हारी शिक्षाएं सदा है संग हमारे। बाबा तुम्हारी शिक्षाएं सदा है संग हमारे। निंदक को भी स्नेह देना कहती तेरी वाणी है। कांटों को जो फूल बनाए तेरी वो दिव्य कहानी। निंदक को भी स्नेह देना कहती तेरी वाणी है। कांटों को जो फूल बनाए तेरी वो दिव्य कहानी है। तू रचता है उन गुणों का जो सबसे है न्यारे। तू रचता है इन गुणों का जो सबसे है न्यारे। बाबा तुम्हारी शिक्षाएं सदा है संग हमारे। बाबा तुम्हारी शिक्षाएं सदा है संग हमारे। सबके गुणों को तुम्हें उठाना, अवगुण किसी के ना बनाना। सबके गुणों को तुम्हें उठाना, अवगुण किसी के ना अपनाना। गिरते हुए को गले लगाना, सबको ज्ञान की राह दिखाना। गिरते हुए को गले लगाना, सबको ज्ञान की राह दिखाना। बजते रहेंगे इन कानों में तेरे ज्ञान नगारे बजते रहेंगे इन कानों में, तेरे ज्ञान नगारे। बाबा तुम्हारी शिक्षाएं सदा है संग हमारे, बाबा तुम्हारी शिक्षाएं सदा है संग हमारे। चलते रहेंगे जीवन भर तेरी श्रीमत के सहारे, चलते रहेंगे जीवन भर तेरी श्रीमत के सहारे। बाबा तुम्हारी शिक्षाएं सदा है संग हमारे, बाबा तुम्हारी शिक्षाएं सदा है संग हमारे।
Om Shanti. Today's sweet Baba just decorates us with this divine virtues. We also heard last morning's Murli that Baba spoke about divine virtues. So whatever orders or the Srimad which is given by Baba, we have to implement that because we have made promise with the Father. Of course, if we don't follow, then Dharmaraj will give the punishment. So Baba just draws our attention towards the voice that is anger, because we mustn't be angry, or we must not even speak loudly, because this are against Srimad. Baba is, even when you are ignorant, if someone becomes angry, that usually is not considered as a sin. So if we have promised to the Father and we have become angry, then we will receive 100-fold punishment. So Baba just reminds the companions or the teachers, because whomever they bring here, they have to think very properly and they have to discern the quality before bringing such souls here, because such souls are brought into the court of Indra, where the souls just spread the bad odor, and those souls as well as the teachers who brought them here, they will have the stone intellects. That's why Baba speaks about these angels, that is the Pukraj and other angels' names. So Baba just shows his Dharmaraj form as well, because Baba is giving frequently the teachings, because this is the time to transform. If we don't transform based on the teachings of the Father, Baba will just grant the visions of the Dharmaraj, because that the vision which will be granted for a second will make the soul experience that suffering of many births. That's why Baba says you must follow Srimad and you must imbibe Baba's teachings, because this we have to make a part of our life, and that's the beauty of our life. So that then we will be able to glorify the Father's name, and those who defame the Satguru will not be able to claim the highest position, or they will not be able to have any they will not be able to reach the destination. Let's listen to Baba's Murli, and the date is 3rd June 2026. Essence: sweet children, in order to receive blessings from the Father, become worthy, serviceable children. and give everyone happiness. Don't cause anyone sorrow. So Baba says, sweet children, in order to receive blessings from the Father, become worthy, serviceable children and give everyone happiness. Don't cause anyone sorrow. Question. In order to free yourself from the punishment of Dharmaraj, what godly disciplines do you have to pay attention to? In order to free yourself from the punishment of Dharmaraj, what godly disciplines do you have to pay attention to? Answer. Sweet Baba explains, having made a promise to God, don't disobey him. Don't cause anyone sorrow. Those who become angry, distress others, and behave in a way that to defame God's name will have to experience a lot of punishment. Therefore, don't perform any such actions. Baba says, if we become angry, we distress others and behave in a way that would defame God's name, we will experience a lot of punishment. Therefore, don't perform any such actions. No matter if any illness breaks out or how many storms of Maya come, no matter how many storms of Maya come, even if an illness breaks out, remain constantly free from doing anything wrong by using your intellect to judge what's right, what's wrong. The song, Who Has Come to the Door of My Heart? Who came? Baba came. That is Satyam Shivam Sundaram, Baba's title, and Baba has come to the door of my heart. So Om Shanti. Who said Om Shanti? Bap and Dada. You children would definitely have the faith that our Father from beyond this world is the Supreme Father, Supreme Soul Shiv, and this Brahma is the subtle Father of all the children. So Baba asks, only he is called Prajapita Brahma. Could anyone except Prajapita Brahma have so many children? He didn't have them before. It was when the unlimited Father entered him and he became Dada. So Baba asks, only he is called Prajapita. So Dada himself says, you receive the property of the father from beyond this world. Grandchildren are the heirs of their grandfather. Their intellect's yoga goes to their grandfather because they receive a right to his property. When a child is born to a king, he would be told that it is the property of his elders. They definitely have a right to the property of the elders. You children understand that you are claiming the sovereignty of heaven, the greatest property of all, from the unlimited Father. The Father is teaching us, and you are now sitting personally in front of him. The intoxication of sitting personally in front of Baba is experienced number-wise according to your efforts. Some have a lot of love in their hearts of becoming the heirs of God, the highest on high, through this corporeal mother and the father. The unlimited Father is so sweet that he is making us worthy of a kingdom. And Maya has made you completely unworthy. So yesterday someone came to meet Baba, but he didn't understand a thing. But Baba explained to him, all of these are Brahma Kumars, and you too are a child of Brahma and Shiv. He said, I'm definitely that, if you say so. Having heard this, he accepted it, but it didn't touch his heart. It's just because Baba said we accepted, but we haven't realized the arrow that he truly is his child didn't strike him. This one is also his child and is claiming his inheritance. From whom are we claiming the inheritance? That is from the unlimited Father. In any case, there are many children here in which very little sits in their intellects. And that happiness or the spiritual intoxication is not visible. The mercury of happiness should raise inside you. All of this is revealed on the face. You brides are now being decorated with this knowledge, and you know that you are the brides of the bridegroom. Who are we sitting here? We are the brides of the bridegroom who are decorated, because the light which is shining in the middle of the forehead, there is a story of the farmer's daughter. A king married a farmer's daughter, but she didn't experience any pleasure of being in the kingdom. Therefore, he sent her back to her village. He said she was unworthy of being in the kingdom. Here too, the Father is decorating you to become future empresses. They say of Sri Krishna that he abducted women to make them into queens. However, they don't understand anything. They are all irreligiously minded. They believe that world continues in that way, and that's the nature. There are many who neither go to temples nor believe in the scriptures. Even the government doesn't believe in the religion. They just don't know what religion Bharat had and what religion it has now. You children now belong to the deity clan. Just as they belong to the Christian clan, so you belong to the Brahman clan. The father says, first of all, I change you children from impure Shudras into Brahmins. Because we know that Bharat was that land of divinity, and it was, and Baba is making now, and it will be. So after becoming pure, you will become part of the deity community for 21 births. You will go into the laps of deities. You will go into the laps of the deities. Previously you were in the devilish laps. You have come from the devilish laps into the God's lap, and in future we will be into the deity's lap. So the children of the one father are brothers and sisters. Who are we? Who are the children of the one father, brothers and sisters? This is wonder. All of you say that you belong to Ram. You have to follow Srimad, give happiness to everyone, show them this path. First of all, we have to follow Srimad, then give happiness to everyone and show them this path. No one in the world will tell you how to claim the unlimited inheritance from the unlimited Father. You have found only when the children of the one Father know this secret, inheritance, that is the happiness, the peace, and that is the inheritance, peace and happiness. We have found the unlimited Father. You have now become children. You use your intellects to understand that those who claim their inheritance from the Father in the previous cycle will do so again. If their intellects have even a little of this knowledge in them, they would definitely come here at some time or another. They would come to receive something or another. Among you, you understand this number wise. Today you have come here to become pure, and tomorrow you become impure. When you are colored by the bad company, you forget that you leave the Father after belonging to Him. You become a very sinful soul. How do we become impure? When we are influenced by the bad company, we forget that we belong to the Father. Then we would become a very sinful soul. When someone kills another person, that sin is accumulated in him. And that sin is small compared to those who belong to the Father here, and then they divorce him. Baba says, after belonging to the Father and we break our promise and we become vicious, then we accumulate a lot of sin and we divorce the Father. Then Baba says, when we have taken the vow and become impure, vicious, we accumulate a lot of sin. On the path of ignorance, they don't accumulate as much as they do on the path of this knowledge. On the path of ignorance, it's common for people to become angry. Here, if you become angry with someone, there is 100-fold punishment and your stage falls right down because you didn't follow God's orders. So because we spoiled our decoration by becoming angry, that's why Baba says, because the face itself and the behavior changes a lot, because Baba says our stage falls right down because we didn't follow God's orders. Because Baba's order is that don't become angry, you receive Dharmaraj's orders, become pure. If after belonging to God you disobey his orders even slightly, 100-fold punishment is accumulated. That one is the creator. Brahma, Vishnu, Shankara are his creation. Dharmaraj is also a creation. Baba gives you the visions of the form of Dharmaraj. So Baba, you will be then shown the evidence. Look, you promised that you would never become. How will Baba punish us? Baba says he will show the evidence. Look, you promised you would never become angry or cause anyone sorrow. In spite of that, you caused sorrow and distress to so and so. Now, therefore, this is the punishment for it. So, doesn't give punishment without giving you a vision. There has to be the proof. Of course, Baba also keeps the proof of all the sinful actions before giving punishment. You then understand, truly I left the Father and performed those sinful actions. When you defame God, because when you defame God, there are difficulties experienced by many. There are so many innocent women in bondage. All the punishment then it's accumulated by those who defamed the Father. That's why the Father says here, if you wish to see the greatest sinful souls, you can see them here. Baba says, if you wish to see the greatest sinful souls, you can see them here. If a laundryman has clothes that are really too dirty to wash, when he beats them with a stick, they tear apart. Here too, when they are unable to tolerate beating, they leave. Having come into God's lap, if you disobey Him directly, then there will have to be punishment. The head Brahmin teacher who brings others a group has a very big responsibility. Even if one person lets go of Baba's hand and becomes vicious, the sign of that is also accumulated by the person who brought him here. No one should bring any such people into the court of Indra. There are also the stories of Neelam Pari and Pukuraj Pari. These are the names of the fairies. When someone brought another person into the court of Indra secretly, there was a bad odor in the court of Indra. The one who brought the other person accumulated the sin. There are stories like that in which someone turns into a stone. Their intellects don't work. The Baba is making you into the lords of divinity. However, if you disobey him, you become stone and lose the great fortune of claiming that kingdom. For instance, if a poor person is adopted by a king, someone rich, what would happen? Of course, his intoxication just rises because he belongs to that wealthy family. But he becomes unworthy later after taking a king's lap, if he becomes unworthy, and what would happen if the king then threw him out? He would become poverty stricken again. It's the same thing here. A lot of sorrow would then be experienced. After belonging to the Father, we bring Baba's promise, we leave Father's Srimad, then we let go of Baba's support and Baba's hand, then we become poverty stricken. It's the same thing here. A lot of sorrow would be experienced. That's why Baba says, never disobey me. Because the Father is in an ordinary form, you forget Shiv Baba and your intellects are diverted to the corporeal one. You children are now receiving Srimad. What's that Srimad? Those who become dirty can't sit in the... What's the Srimad? The first Srimad is, we mustn't become angry from today's Murli. We mustn't cause sorrow to anyone. We must obey Baba's directions. All the promises made to the Father shouldn't be broken. These are the Baba's directions. This is the Srimad. And those who become dirty can't even then sit in the court of Indra. Every center is the court of Indra where this knowledge is being reigned. Baba says, what does Baba tells? What does Baba tell? Baba says, every center is the court of Indra where this knowledge is being reigned. So there are the names Nipari, Pukurajpari and Neelam is a jewel. These names are given to the children. Some are very good, valuable jewels and some don't have any flaws. Some jewels are full of flaws, whereas others are very pure. Flaws, they don't have any defects. Such gems or diamonds don't have any flaws. The jewels here are also number-wise. Some jewels are very valuable and they do very good service. Instead of doing service, some do disservice. Who is considered as valuable? So all of us who are sitting here consider ourselves to be valuable because we are valuable gems of Baba. Baba, there isn't a single soul who just disobeys Baba's Srimad. So Baba says, instead of doing service, some do disservice. There is so much difference between a rose and an ak flower. The rose just spreads fragrance and the ak flower just gives, it doesn't radiate that fragrance. Both are offered to Shiv. You now know who the flowers among you are. There are the ones people ask for. So such rose flowers are such fragrant flowers whom people prefer. They ask Baba to send them those who are very good flowers. Now where would you get good flowers from? There is this name of the flower, that is the fragrant flower. That's the flower's name is Ratan Jot. It's a common flower and this is garden. You are the Ganges of this knowledge and Baba is the ocean. Then Baba just describes in various forms. Baba described us children by comparing it with the gems, then with the flowers. Now Baba compares us to the Ganges of the knowledge and Baba is the ocean. This Brahma is the Brahmaputra, the biggest river of all. In Calcutta, the Brahmaputra river is very long and this is a very big confluence age of the ocean and the river. Truly, Baba is the ocean of knowledge and is the living ocean of knowledge. You are the living rivers of this knowledge. That's the Ganges of water and in fact rivers are named after you. However, the devilish community have forgotten even this. They show a four-armed image in the Ganges at Haridwar. They even call it Ganges. People don't understand who the four-armed image is. So you truly become the spinners of the discus of self-realization at this time. Baba says, in fact, the rivers are named after you, and you truly become the spinners of the discus of self-realization at this time. You are the true rivers of this knowledge. Those are just rivers of water where they go and bathe, and they don't understand anything. They think it's a goddess. Human beings can never have 4 to 8 arms. They don't understand the meaning of anything. You children know what's Baba making you into. What is Baba making us into? Baba he makes us get rid of those vices. Baba makes us the bestower of happiness. He makes us into those valuable jewels, and he makes us into those fragrant flowers and the living Ganges, to become the deities of the Sun dynasty. What and all things Baba makes us. So you know Baba, what Baba is making you into. You were completely senseless. By coming into Baba's lab, we become the masters of heaven. Although someone may be a king here, there is a difference of the day and night between the happiness of heaven and the happiness of this world here. Among you, there are even some souls who neither understand the Father nor themselves. Each one of you should check yourself to see how much fragrance you are giving. Do I say wrong things? What does a fragrant flower do? So I have to check how much fragrance do I radiate. Do I say wrong things? Do I become angry? The Father can quickly understand what a particular child is like from his activity. The Father loves our visible children very much. Excuse me. Baba loves serviceable children very much. Baba, we are serviceable children. We are your lovely children. Not everyone can be loved to the same extent. For such children, there are automatically blessings emerging from inside. If a child is disobedient, his father would say, it would be better if he were dead. He defames the Father's name so much. That's called destiny. You can instantly tell what's destined for someone. If someone's destiny, if someone is very fortunate, that soul would create the fortune, that soul would spread the fragrance of virtues. So what does Baba explain? This one is a worthy child and this one is unworthy. What can one do if someone doesn't recognize Bab Dada, doesn't have the fortune of claiming the inheritance? What can Baba even do? The laws on the path of this knowledge are very strict. If father becomes pure but his child doesn't, the father can't claim a right to anything. The father wouldn't even consider him to be his child. he would say, I will make Shiv Baba my here, and he will give me the return of that for 21 births. So we tell Baba, you manage this family, you manage the children, because we have entrusted our family to you. This doesn't mean that you can come and settle down here with Baba. It doesn't mean that you come here and settle with Baba. No, you have to live at home, look after everyone, but as a trustee. It isn't that the father will look after your children, etc. No. Those who have such thoughts, they just go astray. While doing household Baba says, while managing the household responsibilities, we must get frustrated. We must become karma yogi and do our job. Here with Baba, everyone has to be completely pure. No impure one is allowed to sit here. Otherwise, the intellect will become stone. Baba is not cursing anyone, but that's the law. If we don't perform, if we don't lead a life as per the Srimad or as per the elevated directions, then if we follow the elevated directions, we receive blessings. If we don't, then we curse ourselves. The Father says, remain cautious. If you perform any sinful deed with your physical organs, you die. The destination is very high. After becoming a child of God, all the illnesses will erupt. However, you mustn't be afraid. Even the herbalists say, by taking this particular medicine, all the illness inside you will erupt. Don't be scared. The Father himself also says, when you belong to the Father, the Maya, Ravan will harass you a great deal, and he will bring many storms. And he will bring many storms. Maya and Ravan both will bring many storms. You have now received the intellects to discriminate between what's right, what's wrong. Other people may not have that wisdom to differentiate. So Baba says, human beings have non-loving intellects at the time of destruction. Even among you two, the intellects you have are loving number-wise according to the efforts that you make. Those who have loving intellects will do very good service for the Father. Those who have loving intellects, they do such great service for the Father. Acha. To you, sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the Mother, Father and Bab Dada. The spiritual father says namaste to you, spiritual children, and we spiritual children also offer love, remembrance and say good morning, namaste to the Mother, Father and Bab Dada. The essence for Dharana, the first one. After becoming a child of God, don't disobey His order even slightly. Don't do anything sinful with your physical organs. Don't use wrong words. Become worthy and claim the blessings from the Father. Become worthy and claim the blessings from the Father. The second one, become a trustee and look after your household. Completely follow the laws or path of this knowledge. to benefit the human beings. So be detached observer, then still you have to extend your cooperation. So fulfilling the responsibility means to give the searchlight to the world, and to give the searchlight with the intention of benefiting the world. So you have to pay attention towards stabilizing yourself in that highest and the elevated stage, because the moment we are stable in that stage, we will be able to radiate those vibrations to the world. And on the occasion of Remembrance Day or the Remembrance Month of Mama, today is 3rd June. So we haven't seen any trace of sorrow on Mama's face. She was always carefree, and she had that zeal and enthusiasm, and she was always cheerful. Even if someone leaves the body, even if the soul himself had any of the issues of the body, she was not thinking much about that. Mama didn't have the feature of being ordinary. We have always seen Mama being stable in the highest intoxication of the self-respect. So this were the specialities. This was the speciality of Mama. All the sisters and brothers of BK colony will reach Kamal Kunj. The evening meditation from 6 to 8 is at conference hall. All the sisters and brothers who have come for Yog Bhatti in Manmohini 1 will reach Global Auditorium at 4:30 p.m. where you will be given a tilak of which reminds you to be in the awareness of a soul, and then the inauguration takes place. So please reach that place on time. The funeral rites of Uttam brother of transport department goes like this, and the mortar coil will be taken to the Panda Bhavan, and he will be taken to the 4 pilgrimage places, and the body will be taken and kept in front of the Tapasya Dham. All the sisters and brothers who would like to pay the final respect can go there and pay. And the 4 p.m. the funeral will happen at Mukti Dham. The bhog will be offered tomorrow at conference hall after tomorrow's Murli class. And let's remember Baba for 2 minutes. Let's listen to the teachings of respected Dadi Janki ji. How did Mama become Mama? I had seen Mama earlier when she was a student in a school. All the teachers and sisters, Kumaraka Dadi and Dadi Prakashmani, who is also known as Dadi Prakashmani, and all others were also there, and I also belonged to that same school, although I was a little different. Why will I tell you? I joined the school at the age of 11 and I left at 13. At that time, these are in those badges. I was 11 years old and she was around 6 to 8 years old. Mama was also of that age, but whenever anyone looked at Mama, all the mothers, or Kumaris would say, she was very brilliant and she had that very influential personality. All our dresses were different because in Sindh there was the tradition of wearing frocks, and she was following the Western style. She was wearing those frocks and she was not using this suit. And she didn't learn Sindhi, but she was very fluent in English, and the personality of Mama was so unique and distant from all of the Kumaris in the very beginning itself. Om Shanti.